You've probably celebrated Pi Day before, or maybe you've heard of it. But what about E-Day? That's right, E-Day. It's like the hipster's Pi Day. So E is another irrational number, just like pi, but of course it has a different value. So instead of 3.14, it's 2.718. So what's an irrational number? Well, an irrational number is just a number that can't be expressed as the ratio of two integers, which is a really fancy way of saying it extends on and on and on forever. So E doesn't end at 2.718. It goes on for a while, but I haven't bothered to memorize it. But where does this number come from, and why is it important? Well, E exists in every field of mathematics and physics and chemistry, and it's crucial to how we live in the world now. Without the number E, we wouldn't have been able to make technological advances, we wouldn't understand probability and statistics. It's a really important number. So it was discovered by a man named Jacob Bernoulli. Jacob Bernoulli was studying compound interest, and he found that as he took the limit of n as it goes to infinity of 1 plus 1 over n to the nth, it equaled 2.718. So he was seeing what happened as n got bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger until it reached infinity. And he found that it equaled this number E. So at the time, he was the first person to discover or invent this number, you can decide, and it was named Bernoulli's number, and it was denoted with a B. But then there was this guy, Euler, and he came along and he started studying logarithms. Logarithms are basically just the opposite of exponential functions, and he discovered that E is the base for the natural logarithms. And so it was renamed Euler's number, and now it is denoted with a lowercase e. So you've probably seen this e to the x function, this exponential function with a base of e. Now, what happens if this has a complex part to it? Well, a complex portion would mean there's something that is to the square root negative 1. So it's going to look something like e to the ix. And it's okay if you don't fully understand this. But Euler took this and he created Euler's form, where he said e to the ix equals cosine x plus I sine x. This is really powerful because it gives us another way to write these complex functions. And so from Euler's form, we can get Euler's identity. And Euler's identity states e to the I pi, so we're swapping out that x with a pi, plus 1 equals 0. One more time. That's e to the I pi plus 1 equals 0. So for E-Day, I was trying to think of something to celebrate it based on. So I'm gonna eat a bunch of donut holes because that's the center of the donut. So it's kind of like a 0, I guess. I don't know. Happy E-Day. I hope you celebrate with friends and family and donut holes or logs or whatever you feel like. But just know that as you exist in the world, there's this number, this really, really important number. Yeah, that makes our world what it is. So happy E-Day.